and welcome to this live video review for Liberty Creek Bay. I did this on the main channel. Wasn't too thrilled with it. I just said it was okay, like would I say a C, just average, because I said it didn't have any, it just didn't seem to have much flavor. So we're going to reevaluate it on this alternative channel, Anti-War, and we'll see what's up with Liberty Creek Rosé. It's got a nice label. I mean, the wine is rosé color, rose colored, and the label is the same. It says with hints of cherries and strawberries. There's no listing for it on their website, which is peculiar. Grape wine with natural flavors. There's a big old rundown here, but it says our rosé is light-bodied and sweet with layers of cherry and strawberry flavors and a clean, crisp finish. I did find that to be true. Enjoy chilled on its own, or pair perfectly with outside barbecues. Outside barbecues. I'm going to put this back in the fridge because you're supposed to keep it cool after you open it. It's not a bad product, of course. If it was bad, I'd give it a D. It's just kind of vacant in the nose. You pick up the slightest little bit of fruit. The flavor, I've been sipping on it every day, just with lunch, like about 3 ounces. It was $7.49 for the 1.5 liter at Mathernes. That was a good price. Cheaper than Walmart. You get like water and little hints of, like they say, cherry and strawberry. And then maybe they have cherry flavor and strawberry flavor added. Cherry extract and strawberry extract is natural flavoring. So if you read the United States Department of Agriculture guidelines for natural flavoring, it has to be derived from a natural source, like an extract, a bark, skins of a fruit, fruit juice, crushed, whatever, pulp. It can't be some chemical concoction to make it taste like it. That would be an artificial flavoring. And those have to be certified by the U.S. government as being safe, harmless colorings and flavorings. It tastes fine, I mean, but it's just not much flavor. So I will try some of their other varieties and see if we get some more flavor. I thought the Pink Moscato was a much richer and more flavorful one. The Pinot Noir, Cabernet Sauvignon, the Merlot, those were all nice. So I guess I'll try the Chardonnay, what they got, Pinot Grigio. And they may have some flavors that pop up that aren't listed, like I said, on their website. We'll see. Let me check something real fast. 1,500, no, doing it backwards. 749 divided by 1,500 times 4,000. That would be $19.97 for a 4-liter bottle, but you can get Carlo Rossi 4 liters for about $15. So Carlo Rossi is still the winner on price, and that's from the same company, Ernest and Julio Gallo. But I think I've had all the Carlo Rossi varieties that I'm aware of, so I'll check around. I'm not going to do the sangria. That's just like natural flavoring as well. It's like they add flavoring to make it taste like it had fruit soaking in it. I'd rather have sangria with the real fruit soaking in it, but I'm not going to worry about that one. So it's fine. I know it's fine. I noticed this commentator for the San Francisco 49ers, like their color commentator, their analyst. That's what they call it, the analyst for the games. He got in trouble. He had to apologize. He might have been fired by now. I don't know. It would be a terrible thing. Then he apologized. I was like, why would you apologize? You didn't say anything wrong. It was unusual what he said. If you say something unusual, it doesn't make it wrong. And they said he made a racist statement. Well, there's nothing racist about it. This is in people's minds. People are sick. We live in a sick world today, and now they've inculcated a fear psychosis in people. You know what I'm saying? A fear psychosis where everything, like James P. Madonna says, walking on eggshells, everything people say, they're worried about the scrutinize it. But I think people are waking up. The election of 2016 is a good indication of that. But people are waking up and want to battle back. And there will be a lot of battling, you see. They always think they've won, you know, they always say, we won. Now you're going to find out what it's really about, you know. That happened in Spain in 1931. You know, they said, we've got control, the people's government. And so then they start saying, now we'll show you, we're going to shut down all the churches and we're going to take the property and show people what's up. And if we got to kill you, we'll do that because it ain't no problem. But then there was a terrible blowback. People didn't sit back and get abused. The people of Spain rose up and they gave it back better than it was about to be given or was being given to them. And in Chile, remember, in 1970, the same thing. We're in control and you're going to pay. And, you know, your freedom is gone and the vanguard of the revolution is in power and, you know, death to all religion, death to all tradition. And then once again, they thought we're in control. Ha, ha, ha. How you like that? But then there was a rising and they said, no, how do you like that? And then they, of course, when they get beat, they always cry. We're getting mistreated. You know, we need sympathy. Not that we would give any, and don't ever give any. So, but in America, you got this kind of thing, like this man losing his job, and he's probably Mr. Super Liberal himself for the 49ers, you know, but he, let's see, teams. Well, what he said was he was talking about the Ravens, the Baltimore Ravens, who defeated them and defeated them, the 49ers, and they were pretty upset about it. But he was commenting on the quarterback for the Baltimore Ravens, and he was saying, hello, Ron, you inviting people on? Well, I can't because this is not a StreamYard. And I'm not going to be on here long anyway, Ronnie, because I got stuff to do. This is a short thing. But otherwise, I would invite you if it was a regular broadcast without time constraints. I have pretty serious time constraints. Let's see. Sherman, 49ers analysts apologized to him. Tim Ryan offered a mea culpa to players and members of the 49ers organization Thursday for saying Ravens quarterback Lamar Jackson's dark skin helps him conceal a dark football using fake handoffs in Baltimore's zone read heavy offense. It's from 23 hours ago. This is such a comical story. It's you almost cry before you laugh, or laugh before you cry. Stephen A. Smith acknowledges the ignorance of radio analyst Tim Ryan in Lamar Jackson's skin color, but does not believe it should cost Ryan his job. Well, I'm glad Stephen A. Smith has determined this. So what he was basically saying, and I don't know if he was saying basically that the Ravens were using the quarterback Lamar Jackson's very dark brown skin as a camouflage because the NFL football is very dark brown, and he could hold it against his body and the Ravens wear the black uniforms, and it would obscure where the ball was. And so then people in San Francisco flew off the handle, and in Baltimore, oh, what a racist statement. This is terrible. Well, how is that a racist statement? You see, this is how ignorant people are or intimidated people are. He wasn't saying, well, this is bad. His skin color is bad. He wasn't giving a judgment. Hold on, I'm going to call him back. Hey, can I call you right back? I'm doing something, but I'll call you right back. Okay, hello to you, and thank you. I'm going to work a bing. All right, I love you. All right, bye-bye. All right, so anyway, the NFL is always involved in these racial things. It gets old. It's getting very old to people, like I was just talking about. People are going to start fighting back. I don't mean fighting back with violence. I'm anti-war. Why would I support violence, We don't support violence of all things. But we mean the struggle, the cultural struggle. So he wasn't making a judgment on the man's skin that it was bad. He was actually saying that it was an advantage. He was using it as an advantage for the Ravens to win the game. Now, I don't know if the Ravens, I don't know if he was saying the Ravens were consciously doing that, like they know, well, he has dark skin, the ball's dark, our uniforms are dark, so let's use that to obscure where the football is during a play. It was just in his estimation, that seemed to be what was happening, that they couldn't see it. So then he apologized. I don't know why he apologized. He should have just said, well, his skin is dark. That's a fact. That's a statement of fact. It's not a judgment of his skin. He didn't say this is a bad thing. He was actually saying it was a good thing for the outcome of the game for the Ravens. It was an advantage for him. He wasn't even complaining about it. He was just making an observation. 3 things he stated were true. The man's his skin color is very dark. The ball is very dark. The Ravens uniform is very dark. Therefore, it obscures the position or location of the football. So he has to somehow explain to Stephen A. Smith and some black players that he made a bad judgment. I don't understand what is going on. Now, Rosé, Beer Ventures and all, they were talking about the big uproar with Founders Brewing and how they were a company that didn't have a clue. They must be racist because first people were saying it was the CEO of Founders. It wasn't the CEO. It was just the brew house manager, the manager of this brew pub in Detroit. And they were asking him, well, the man is black, don't you? They say, well, he was being evasive and saying, well, how do you think I know that? And, what do you mean? So then they were saying, well, he must be racist, or there's a culture of racism there because he can't tell if somebody's black. He never said he couldn't tell. He was saying he was being very careful because he could see that even at his young age that he was being set up by the prosecution lawyer. You see, they could say, aha, you are racist, you see, so you do see color. That's what you focus on, you see. So he was being evasive. And then they were all spinning it around as though, oh, he can't see skin color. So that was twisted. That was a twisted answer. So if he couldn't see skin color, that was a sign of institutional racism. And if you make an observation about skin color, that's a sign of institutional racism. But it's very funny because the international left always is quick to notice racial things. But they have a free pass. They can make comments all day long. Like, this team doesn't have enough diversity, enough diverse people in the management, meaning non-white people. They don't have enough non-whites. We need more people of color. They'll say that openly. We need more people of color in the organization. But if the analyst says an observation, not even making a value judgment either way about, he wasn't making an evaluation about the man's race in any way. He's got to apologize and his job is at risk. And I would say, like, people like Rosé's Beer Ventures, they went on and on about that. I would say they should come on the air and debate me and talk about it. But I think they get very angry and they would just say, oh, he's racist. He's a known racist. That's how the left operates. They can't argue the point. So they just call people names, call me names, call you names. call everybody names, you know. But that's actually a sign that you're winning, you see. When the other side can only just call people names and can't debate the issues at hand, that's a sign you're winning. You are winning. We're winning in America. It doesn't seem that way. Sometimes you have to see through the fog, and it takes a long time. And usually the louder and more obnoxious the left gets and more arrogant, that's a sign that they're a little bit afraid, because they tend to talk loud and be very braggadocious when they don't have the strength that they think they have, and they feel threatened. Cultural Marxism run amok. I've been reading up a good deal on the history of that, says Ronnie S. Yes, and I would recommend watching videos about the Frankfurt School. Ronnie S. says, Rajay seems cool, but things like this can get mixed up real quick. I used to do hangouts with him. I used to be on his show. Somehow I was uninvited. Well, I never really appeared too much because they would come on late and I'd be asleep. You know, he might have took offense to that. But I just couldn't do it much. I had to work the next day. But I would come on anytime. He came on my show. We talked about the debate about, is Jack Daniels a bourbon? He came right on. I posted on Alcoholics, which he used to be a member of, and I said, and he jumped right on that. I won the debate because I had facts. His argument was that his customers, when he was a bartender, did not perceive Jack Daniels as a bourbon. Well, it wasn't based on how people at certain bar rooms perceive Jack Daniels. It was based on the legal facts of the matter, which are clear and indisputable, I might add. So, yeah, I would hang out with him anytime, you know, and discuss these things at any time. I always watch his videos when they're about a beer I've had, and I'll make comments, and he'll answer them. He doesn't seem to be too thrilled to answer them, but he does answer them. And as you know, I always answer people's comments, you know, legitimate comments, not comments like, I hate you, die, stuff like that. You know, troll comments, you don't answer that because they're not legitimate. But if you have intelligence and you want to discuss, we can do it. Anyone can do it. And I'm sorry that this is not an open hangout just because of the time frame. I have to get off right now. I just picked up some beer at Total Wine, drinking a Hofbrau right now. Hofbräu. A German woman told me it's pronounced Hofbräu. I said, okay. Hofbräu. So that's it. So the Rosé from Liberty Creek, I mean, I'm not saying don't buy it. I'm just saying don't expect much, because you ain't going to me, you're not going to get much. I said it's a C. It's average. It's okay. I wouldn't say it's actually good. I mean, I'm not minding. I'm drinking it. It's not bothering me. So maybe it is a B minus since I'm drinking it. I don't have any opposition to it. But I can drink water too, and that's fine. Also, it doesn't have much flavor because it's water. And this wine is similar to that. But it's 9% water. Haha. Okay, well, anyway. And I think I'm right about the man's commentary. I know he didn't mean anything wrong, because actually he didn't say anything wrong. So, but we're gonna win that battle, come hook or crook. Okay, thanks for watching this video production. Bingo tonight? Yeah, you guessed right, Ronnie. Okay, have a good night, y'all.